try this easy roast chicken recipe using my Santa Maria spice blend, aromatic vegetables, lemon and herbs. Delicious. Now I know there's two schools of thought when it comes to preparing a chicken before you cook it. To clean the chicken or to not clean the chicken. I'm in the school of thought where you must clean the chicken. And you'll see why as I prepare the chicken for seasoning. Depending on how the chicken looks when it arrives, when it's unpacked, will determine whether I give it a rinse off first or not. It's easier if you don't, but sometimes it's required. I think I was in a cold fridge, so there was a bit of ice inside, so I gave it a rinse through. Then I pulled out some of the fat that's inside and pulled out anything that was odd. I was looking for some giblets, I think, and there wasn't any. As you can see, I'm giving the chicken a quick rinse. I would suggest that if you're going to prepare a whole chicken or any chicken, remove your watch or anything, your rings, anything like that, so that you can prepare the chicken and not worry about bacteria getting over stuff. I completely forgot, so the watch stays on during this video. So I rinsed it through. There was just this wasn't the cleanest chicken that I've ever seen, so I thought I should just rinse that through. And then I'm going to continue to clean the chicken, cut away more fat. As you can see, there's feathers on this chicken. This is a Farmer's Focus organic chicken. This is the first time I've ever seen so many feathers on a Farmer's Focus chicken. So don't take this as the usual type of chicken that you'd get if you was to buy a Farmer's Focus chicken. But I had to work through it. It's what I got, so do the best I can with it. Now, if I hadn't rinsed off the chicken first, it would have been easier to manage, but it just felt like it needed it. So I'm just going to continue. You can see I'm just continuing on, pulling off all these feathers. Look at them. So sometimes when you get a lot of feathers in your chicken, rather than struggle to pull them off, I just cut them. Wherever there is some scale, excess skin, fat, I use my kitchen shears and cut them away. I don't have time to do all that hard work and pull every feather out. If there's too many feathers on something, I cut it off. The only reason I didn't cut the wing tips off themselves is because I'm going to use them in my gravy later on. So that part I will not eat. It's just going to be used for flavor, so I'm keeping them on for now. And also I use the tips to push underneath the breast when I'm cooking the chicken so that the breast is raised higher and it browns all the sides as well. Farmer's Focus chicken usually still has the neck attached. I usually just take the neck off. You could leave it on there, pull it off and use it as part of the gravy. I just pull it off just in case I forget. I just don't like the idea of the neck being on there. So I always cut my neck off, and the what they call that bit at the bottom, which is, I think they call it the parson's nose, I cut that off too. Another reason why I always clean my chicken is that I don't like those bits that are stuck in the back of the chicken down the bottom. I wasn't sick. If you can see the little membrane pieces, I like to get them all out. So I will struggle through, you can see I'm trying to indicate where those membranes are. And I go through and with my hand, because I think that's the only thing that allows me to pull them out, and I take them all out and throw that out. I don't want to be eating that. Sometimes there's fibres and gristle stuck inside as well. I want to avoid all of that, pull it all out. And once I've done that, it's time to rinse the chicken again. Now I still have some work to do on this chicken. As I said, this Farmer's Focus chicken came with a lot of feathers on the wings and in other areas, and I want to get rid of all of those. There's no way I'm cooking it with feathers on, no way. Many pieces of paper towel are used in this process. I want to make sure I get that chicken as clean as possible. I'm rubbing down the breast because there's often times when I find there's a sort of a layer of skin just sitting on the top that just falls off. So I make sure I get rid of that, cutting away any pieces of flesh that has feathers on it. As I said, I'm not eating feathers. The bottom of the drumstick often has a layer of skin that can come off. Again, cutting that away, don't want to eat that. As you can see, I'm using some kitchen shears to get rid of the parts of the chicken that I don't want to eat. I love my kitchen shears. I find it much easier than using a knife. It's just, you can just snip away at stuff you don't want. I'm using Sabatier kitchen shears, bought for me by my mother for Christmas. Thanks, Mum. Preparing a chicken for roasting can be messy work, but it's worth it. You want to get rid of all the weird pieces of skin lying around, any feathers. You can scrub down your surface afterwards. I know some people are concerned about bacteria, but you really want to get a clean chicken. You don't want to have to pull out some feathers from your mouth. That's just not good. And I always collect all of the pieces of chicken I cut off, put them in the bag in the sink, and then I can throw that away, separate from everything else, and not be concerned about smelling up my garbage. Now I'm going to rinse off the chicken one final time, make sure it's ready for seasoning. This time I'm making sure there's some citrus in the water, as you can see. I do that. Sometimes I do it at the beginning, the end, depending on what's going on with this chicken. I add some citrus, gets rid of all that slime. I do make sure I rub the lemon or lime on the chicken on the outside and inside. And then once that's done and it's rinsed off, it's good to go. Now it's time to dry the chicken off so that the seasonings will adhere to the chicken skin and flesh. So many paper towels are used to prepare a chicken. It's a luxury, I know, but necessary as far as I'm concerned. Now it's time to prepare the marinade. I'm using some rosemary, thyme, lemon zest, and my Santa Maria spice blend. These shears my mother bought me have some tiny holes that allow you to strip the herbs from its stem. Kind of nifty. So that's approximately 1 tablespoon of fresh rosemary, 1 tablespoon of fresh thyme, and the rind of a whole lemon. Mince the herbs and lemon until they're uniform in size and get rid of any stems that you can see. You just want the leaves of the herbs. Place the herbs and lemon into a bowl. Make sure you get it all. I'm using my spice blend in this recipe. This is the Santa Maria spice blend. So add 2 tablespoons. There'll be a link in the description if you're interested in trying it. Add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Then mix thoroughly. Now it's time to apply the marinade to the chicken. Make sure you apply it all over the chicken. The back, the breast, the wings, under the wings. I found some errant feathers, I'm getting rid of those. Gently shove your finger under the skin, under the breast, on top of the breast, to release the skin from the flesh, and then apply some of the marinade under the skin. Just push it down, easily push it down with your hands as you go. Make sure you get a decent amount under the skin because that will apply flavor to the chicken breast. It'll be wonderful. Whatever is left of the marinade, if there's any left, rub that into the cavity of the chicken to make sure that you apply flavor within the chicken also. Prepare the vegetables. Depending on the size of your carrots, you'll need 1 or 2 and half of a medium-sized onion. Cut your carrots in half and then into smaller pieces so that you can push them into the cavity of the chicken, and do the same with the onion. Place your chicken in a roasting tin or a skillet as I did here, and then maneuver the wingtips under the chicken so that it pushes the breast up. It's kind of a technique to it, and I'm not sure that I can explain how you do it. You just get the tip, push it back, push it under the chicken so that the breast sticks up further, sticks up higher, and then you will be able to get more brown on your chicken breast. Place the cut up onion inside the cavity of the chicken, as well as the carrots, and 1 or 2, or you can also place them around the chicken as well, and then 1 or 2 sprigs of rosemary and thyme. Then cut up a couple slices of lemon. The rind can stay on, what's left of the rind can stay on the lemon. Just put it in, pop 1 slice inside the cavity and maybe 1 or 2 under the chicken. Note that once it starts to roast, the lemon flavour will be quite strong. So if you don't like too much lemon in your chicken, then don't put any underneath. But if you really like it, I suggest a couple of slices. Just put them underneath. Once the chicken starts to cook, all those flavours and the olive oil and herbs and so on will render through the chicken and create a nice jus at the bottom of this skillet. Let your chicken sit in the fridge for about 30 minutes if you have the time. It's not vital, but it's better if you do. Then place in the oven and cook until golden and the temperature is up to 160. So here it is, an easy roast chicken recipe. This roast chicken will serve my household with about 3 meals in the week, and even possibly a chicken salad with the breast as well. So 4 meals. Allow your chicken to rest before you carve it, otherwise you'll lose all the juiciness of the bird. It'll start to dry out. I couldn't wait. It smelled so good, I just had to cut it and show you. Look at that soft and juicy flesh. So now it's time to create a gravy with the jus from the chicken that's left in my skillet. As you can see, I'm cutting off the wing tips, as I mentioned earlier, and I'm going to place them in the jus in my skillet and work on creating the gravy. Don't forget the aromatic vegetables that you placed inside the chicken in the cavity and the herbs. Just pull all of that out and place that in the skillet as well. That will make for a lovely flavour in your gravy. The fire under my skillet was a bit high, actually. Medium heat is best for this. First, I add at least a cup of white wine to deglaze the pan. A little bit more. Just 1 cup is fine. Make sure you get any of the bits that are stuck to the bottom of the pan up, because there's a lot of flavour in that. As I said, I like a lot of lemon or the flavour of lemon in my gravy with chicken. But if you don't, you can pull these out and to lessen that lemon flavour, or add less lemon from the outset. Time to add chicken stock. Unfortunately, I didn't have any chicken stock to hand, so I'm using the Chicken Better Than Bouillon. It's concentrated paste, chicken paste. It's lovely. They do it in all flavours, but obviously I use chicken today, and you'll need to add some water because it's a very concentrated formula, so some water will be needed. I'm not going to thicken my gravy this time because I'm not serving the chicken immediately. So if I let this sit, I'm going to let the gravy sit for a while and it will begin to thicken all by itself. Later when I'm ready, I'll reheat it. It will thicken and I will be good to go.